right, post the Bafana Bafana game against the Egyptians, you've been seeing images of Ronwen Williams. He's done such a magnificent job in goals for Bafana Bafana that we decided to catch up with him here at the team hotel. Ron, so good to see you firstly.
Likewise.
You good?
Yeah, all good.
What's the vibe like? I mean, I gotta get the personal stuff first. Knowing that you guys did the damage against Egypt.
Obviously the vibe is good.
Yeah.
And the spirits are high. We knew before the game that they're beatable. We watched a few of their games. And it was a nice encounter, one that the boys enjoyed. We like playing these high-stake games, and it was enjoyable.
When you talk about that, I kind of had a look at the stats at half-time, and South Africa had more shots on target, so they were not able to get into the danger area. So your goal mouth was pretty well protected at the time. Did that surprise you at all?
No, not at all. We had a perfect game plan.
Yeah.
Saw that we changed the formation and we changed the way we were going to play. We pressed them high. We wanted them to kick longer balls to Salah. I mean, that's not his strength. So yeah, the front six, they done an amazing job for us. And it was just for us, the back four, to track and release their runners, at the right times. And yeah, I mean, Pamu, Bongani, Dean, they were magnificent for us. Started with them, and yeah, it was much more easier for us at the back. So yeah, it was a good team performance and a brilliant game plan from the coach.
I mean, you talk about a game plan. If you had to break it down, South Africans that are watching now are saying, what was that game plan? We just saw more commitment, more passes, more endeavor, shot stopping, as I said, brilliant overall. If you had to break it down in terms of just that game plan, what would it be?
Yeah, I mean, from the first minute you saw us pressing.
Yeah.
The front three, they pressed high. They wanted them to kick longer balls, and our two wider midfielders, Bongs and Kamu, they were pressing their fullbacks. And normally we would have Percy and Roach doing that, but we wanted them high up the field. So it was a massive job. From the front six, like I said, and Dean just dealing with any number 10 coming around there. So it was a magnificent game plan, one that we got spot on, and so at the back we were covered. It was 4v3 all the time, so it was in favor of us, and by us pressing, with the front three, it meant that we had an extra player somewhere, and that was in the defense, and that is where you want the 2v1 against Salah, 2v1 against Trezeguet. So it worked for us, and all the props must go to the coach, because it's all about him. He came up with the perfect game plan, and obviously the players executed it perfectly.
And just generally now, you talk about exiting or entering the stadium, and you guys are the underdogs. You guys, all these fans are not there for you, they're for Egypt. How did that work overall though? Do you find that you guys were thriving as far as that support is concerned, as much as it was support that was aimed at the Egyptians? Do you find that you guys just convert to that and say, what, let's treat these guys as if they're here to support us?
I mean, there's nothing better than silencing 70, 80,000 people. When that goal went in, you would think someone died. It was just pure silence, and there's not a better feeling in the world than that. And I mean, after the game, being applauded while we were going off the field, I mean, that's it's a magnificent moment, and it showed they appreciate the job that we done. And there's a lot that our supporters and fans back home can learn from this. And it's a team sport, everyone wants to win. There's going to be a winner and a loser, and I mean, they took it as a host nation. They took the defeat. Obviously they weren't happy, but they applauded us, and that's a good sign of a good country who supports and loves football.
You have had an outstanding season at the club level. You come into a Bafana Bafana team where there was what we would have thought was a rotation kind of system that Stuart Baxter had, but you got another bite at the cherry playing against the Egyptians. Is there a plan? Is there a rotation? I mean, how do you explain it? What does the coach say to both you and Darren? How does he want to utilize you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming into the tournament, we know Darren had a wonderful game, in the qualifiers, I mean, but obviously me coming off the season that I had, I was positive, I had the confidence, and since day one in training, I came in with the mindset that I want to play. I wasn't going to make it easy for anyone, I wanted to play. I'm not here to add numbers, and that's the thought that I had coming into the camp, and I think the coach saw that, and in the few games that we played, when we played against Ghana and the games against amongst ourselves, I think I done fairly well, and I don't think there's a rotation system going on. It's all up to the coach. We wants to play. I think all three of us can do an equal job. Like you've seen, the game that he played against Namibia got a clean sheet as well. I mean, the three of us, we are well trained from an experienced guy like Andre who's won at this. So yeah, all three of us are ready at any time.
Now, the thought of a Nigerian team that you've got to face on Wednesday might give a lot of people shivers, but you've done the deed over Egypt. How do you come down from that high, be able to almost like refresh, start again? What's the plan for the next day and a half really up until you play against Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good one. We played them in the qualifiers. We actually took 4 points off them. We beat them in their own backyard, and I don't think we've done that for a few years. So, we must believe that they're beatable and that we can't beat them. And yeah, I mean, obviously the guys, they must remain humble.
Open to social media, you've got your cell phones there with you, and when the guys do call you the Mabenas and they do poke fun at you as a team collectively, how does that sit with you, and how do you guys then feel? It's a national team, and to be called such names can't sit well with you.
Yeah, obviously it's not nice. Like I said, we don't go onto the field to go and lose. It's we're playing against world stars here, so it's not easy. People must understand that. But we must take it as motivation. For them to go on like that, it's a sign that they know that we can be better, and obviously we must accept that we were below average in the group stages. So that must only serve as motivation, and it mustn't get us down. It mustn't be a negative. And that's the way I see this group of players took it.
All right, just could ask you to direct your answer to the camera. Just your message though to South Africans, because there were moments where, was it the first game where we saw you come through and make those two fantastic saves where we thought, oh my goodness, it's game over, point blank. You were there focused. Could have been a higher score margin. Your game has developed. You've matured as a goalkeeper, and we've got to give you credit for that, and we've got to give you the support ahead of the Nigeria game as well. South Africans at large have supported you. People out there who continue to give you big ups. What do you need to say to them?
Yeah, obviously, I'd just like to thank them for the continued support. We're one nation. We must support each other through thick and thin. We don't go out on the field to go and lose and be negative, but with your support, with your positive support and your positive criticism, we can go as far as possible. We can reach the stars. So let's all stay together. We are one nation. Your positive criticism, your positive energy, can rub off onto us. So let's all just stay positive, and the future could be bright for this team.
All right, wonderful stuff indeed. Ronwen Williams, goalkeeper extraordinaire for Bafana Bafana. Thank you so much, champ, and good luck for the game.
Thanks a lot.